Hello friends, Merry Christmas from Team Jesus Outdoors. Hey guys, today I want to talk to you real quick about the Spro Madeye series of lures for walleye trolling. Hey friends, every one of us that troll for walleye, particularly in the fall, have a good selection of deep bandits, right? These things are a walleye staple and have been for a long time. We particularly love our custom colors like this one from JT Customs. Hey, but friends, back at ICAST last year in 2020, Spro came out with their own version of a walleye trolling bait. It's actually a series, and there's 2 baits in the series. But the first bait I want to talk to you about is the Madeye Minnow 120. And as you can see, this thing looks a whole lot like a traditional bandit. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Good fish. Good fish. Nice.
Jeremy? Scale in there.
So we've caught some fish on both these Spro Madeyes, this 120 and the 85, the little 85. But the hot color just seems to be anything with pink and white. They also have in the Madeye series the Madeye Diver 180, and as you can see, this kind of has that banana profile, much like a reef runner. This polar craft's catching up on us.
Yeah, it is.
Too, huh? Well, yeah. It's that clown colored Spro, that perch colored Spro. Hey friends, before we get into this topic, there's a couple things I want to mention real quick. First of all, this is probably the last episode that will get out before Christmas. So I wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I hope you and your family have a fantastic Christmas. And friends, I hope that you and your family will keep in mind the most important thing during the Christmas season is keep in mind that we're celebrating the first coming of Jesus Christ. Without Jesus Christ coming to earth some 2,000 years ago, none of us would have the forgiveness of sins that we can only find through redemption in Jesus Christ. So friends, this holiday season, this Christmas season, I hope that you and your family will join me and my family and celebrating the Lord Jesus Christ, not get caught up in all the commercialism and the gift buying, but keep Christ first this Christmas. Hey friends, the second thing I want to mention to you, I want to mention a shout out to a channel, and I don't do this very often, but I recently won a knife from one of my favorite channels. My good buddy Pastor John from the Minute on the Mountain recently held a contest and gave away one of these Havalon knives. I had never even heard of these things before John gave one of these away in his channel, but this is a folding lock blade knife, and the blades are replaceable. That is just one of the coolest things I've ever seen. This thing comes with 18 replacement blades. You can bet that the next deer that I harvest will be field dressed with this Havalon knife. But hey, I want to say thanks to my buddy John and give a shout out. Go check out his channel, Minute on the Mountain. They do a whole bunch of they're out west, Utah, I believe. They do a whole bunch of big game hunting out west. They do a lot of shed antler hunting. They do some hiking. Just some spectacular views of the mountains out west. Just a great channel. I think you guys will love it. Give Minute on the Mountain a look. So hey, why does somebody want to run out and buy a bunch of new baits when we've already got boxes full of bandits that get the job done? Well, I'll tell you, while these things are very, very similar in profile, I can tell you that they do have a little bit different sound profile. And sometimes that slightly different sound profile is just enough to trigger bites from finicky fish. Now they do have a slightly shallower dive curve. The Madeye Minnow 120 runs 13 feet down at 50 feet back. And if I remember right, the Deep Bandit runs a foot or two deeper than that at 50 feet back. Since I don't believe that the Precision Trolling app yet includes data on the Spro, right now I'm just using the dive curve chart for the Bandits, and I'm subtracting a few feet with the Spro, just knowing that I'm getting it a little bit higher in the water column above the Bandit. But why run out and buy a bunch of Spros when you've already got boxes full of Bandits? I think it's just always a good idea to have similar profile baits that are not identical. Like I said, the Spro does have a slightly different sound profile. It does have a slightly different action in the water. It's very, very close to the action of a Bandit, but it's not identical. So hey, when you're trying to get that pattern dialed in, you know as well as I do, sometimes you've got fish biting, but you just don't quite feel like they're perfectly dialed in yet, and you're still trying to make those fine-tuned adjustments. That's those days when you're tinkering with colors that are similar color patterns. But try that. It's great to have the Spro, or I know now a lot of guys are running the Walleye Nation Creation Reapers. It's nice to have something with a slightly different but similar profile, slightly different but similar sound profile, and some different color selections. It's just nice to have those options when you're trying to fine-tune your presentation. Hey, another thing, these Spros come in some great color selections right from the factory. So at just a few dollars, these things make great stocking stuffers. I heard about the Spro when they came out back in 2020 at ICAST, but I wasn't able to get my hands on them until earlier this year. My buddy Tom over at Complete Fishing, they are carrying Spros over there at Complete Fishing. I'll leave a link in the description below to the Complete Fishing website if you want to look up the Spro products over at Complete Fishing. But hey, these things make great stocking stuffers for that walleye in your family, that walleye fisherman on your Christmas list. And one thing I'm looking forward to experimenting with that I didn't get to do much this year, but I'm looking forward to trying out these. I'm looking forward to trying out the Madeye Diver 85 during the warmer water periods in the summer. Again, these have a very, very different sound profile. These have a very different action in the water. And as you can see, it's a much smaller profile bait. Hey, but friends, as you'll see in some of this footage, my very first time putting these Spros in the water, we started catching fish on them. Down in Huron, Ohio, early November, we caught fish on the Spro Madeye Minnow 120 right here. And we also caught fish on the Madeye Diver 85. So I know these things catch fish. I know side by side with Bandits, they catch fish. They come with excellent Gamakatsu hooks. The hardware on these things is fantastic. There's no need to change the hardware on these things. You can pull these things right out of the box and fish them. The ones that I use seem to be tuned pretty well right out of the box. I didn't find myself having to tune these like you often do with your reef runners. But much like a Bandit, more often than not, these things are good right out of the box. So hey friends, I encourage you to go pick yourself up some Spro Madeye Minnow 120s and some Spro Madeye Diver 85s. So you have an opportunity to show those fish something a little bit different next time you're out trolling for walleye. Hey friends, again, I wish you and your families a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope you find yourselves in a good church this Christmas celebrating the coming of Jesus Christ. Friends, if you're not already subscribed, I hope that you will hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. I appreciate all the support we get from you guys. I've mentioned this several times before, but I believe next year, in 2022 sometime, we should hit 5,000 subscribers, and we are going to celebrate with a giant giveaway. I'm even trying to put together a meet and greet in the springtime. I know we have a lot of you guys in town in April, so we're trying our best to put together a meet and greet sometime in April. Hey friends, one last thing. For those of you who would see fit to support Team Jesus Outdoors with your financial contribution, please don't forget that we have a Patreon account. It's our Patreon supporters that really help us keep Team Jesus Outdoors filming. Friends, in the description box below, you'll find a link to our Patreon account. We would love if you would support us on Patreon. We would also love if you would smash that share button and share our videos across your various social media platforms. Share our videos with your Facebook friends. Share our videos on your Facebook page. Share our videos on Instagram. Whatever social platforms you are on, if you would share these videos on those social media platforms, it really helps us grow the channel. Friends, God bless, tight lines. We'll see you guys on the water.